Are you wondering if it's really worth your time to go on a podcast? Are you thinking about starting a podcast? As an athlete that wants to become an influencer or entrepreneur, a podcast is a really good way to get close to the listener. In this video, we're going to check out the 3 reasons why it's good to get close to your listener and why a podcast is a good way to gain influence and become an entrepreneur in the online space. What's up, guys? Scott Chrisman here with The Athletic Stance, where we bring you the best tools for branding, marketing, and self-promotion for athletes that want to become influencers or entrepreneurs in the online space. On this channel, we do a lot of actionable approach videos as long as mindset and strategy videos. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Let's jump right in as to the 3 reasons why podcasting is so good to get you close to your listener, to gain influence, and to create stream of revenue. As an athlete that wants to become an influencer or entrepreneur, you're always striving to become close to your person, your avatar, the person that you are trying to influence or help gain knowledge, awareness, tips, something that you have learned along your journey. You're always trying to convey that to someone else. And in order to do that, you need to get close to that consumer, that avatar, that listener, that whatever platform you're on. Today, we're discussing podcasts. So it's all about listening. You're going to want to be able to convey with energy, emotions, and be able to convey reasons for the listener to relate to you. Using different emotions, being happy, being serious, being powerful. They're all different ways that you can convey. And when we have video, that's one of the amazing things about YouTube. When you have video, I get to talk to you, the user, and I get to use my body language. I get to use tonality. So in a podcast, you really have to understand that tonality is very, very, very important. And you don't want to overdo it. All you want to do is just have a lot of energy, bring a lot of energy, bring a lot of charisma, be the person that, when you get excited about a topic, let yourself speak. Don't be shy. Don't be the person that is holding yourself back. You always want to let loose, you want to let go, and that will get you closer and closer to the listener. As Pat Flynn says, you're literally the closest you're ever going to be to your listener when you are in their ears, and you actually get to gain influence. And if they're going to give you their valuable time, whether it's driving to work or spending time in the gym, then you should show up in a really, really, really positive, energetic way, beat Lebo, that brings activity and helps you relate, helps you feel good, because this is human-to-human interaction facilitated through a phone or through a camera, and that's what it is. It's social media. So be social, act as if you are in a social situation. It's uncomfortable and it's weird at first, but it's the age that we're moving into, and we get to communicate through these devices. You get to be energy, have energy, and express it. So whether it's through the podcast, you want to have this energy and you want to bring it on camera, bring it through the phone, bring it through the device, and this will help you get closer, because you want to, getting close to the avatar means that they know, like, and trust you. And to get to know, like, and trust you, they have to relate to you, and they have to also hear that you're human. So hear that you can go through a spectrum of emotions through what you're talking about, and also display a certain level of charisma or a certain level of relatability. The second is it's long form content, and this also creates that like and trust factor. But you're basically, like, my podcasts are an hour plus long. So if you were to quantify that, that's the length of a movie. And I have a lot of people that listen to that hour throughout their week, and that they've committed that hour to listening to me. I feel honored that they will take an hour or an hour and a half and spend that with me as I'm talking to one of my podcast guests. And one of the things that was commented on one of the reviews that was left on iTunes said that I talk too much, but I like to facilitate the conversation, so it is with me and them. And the fact that I have so many people who A, have given good ratings, and B, that have expressed how much they've appreciated it and they've appreciated the conversations that we've had, is just, it only was facilitated through long form content. So the second one is long form content that creates an authentic feel for the listener. So you're just having a conversation, and when you go on a podcast, it's just about telling your story, talking about the things that you've learned, and trying to give actionable advice to other people, because when you help enough people get what they want, you will always have what you want. And it's just about give, and give your story. You don't always have to quantify your impact. Number 3, leverage other audiences to create an audience for yourself and relate or meet people that you never thought you would. So I've talked to all 3 people who were on the podium this year in Superpipe in Pyeongchang, 2018. I can't believe it's 2018. Crazy. I've gotten to speak to all 3 of them, and it's all just through my podcast, all reaching out. I got to talk to some of the godfathers of skiing. It's been a home run of a podcast. I cannot believe the amazing people that I've gotten to speak to in the sport just by putting myself out there and trying to relate and create an authentic and real relationship with people that I never thought that I would. It's just incredible. And so just doing it, starting it, like I've said in other videos, all you have to do is commit. You just have to start. You have to put yourself out there. There are people out there that want to listen. There are people out there that want to listen to what you have to say. What you have to say is valuable, especially as an athlete that wants to become an influencer or entrepreneur, or anyone else that has stumbled upon this page that just happened to find me. You have a story that needs to be told that is valuable. So go out there, start it, and reach out to people. I'm about to try and connect a 13-year-old in Grant Cardone, and I think it's going to happen for his podcast. It'll be crazy if it does, but you never know. If you just put yourself out there, amazing things happen. And it's said on my podcast over and over and over. I'll get a voice clip at some point that has almost every athlete on the podcast that just says, if you just put yourself out there, you do it, amazing things happen. So that brings us to our question of the day. What's your favorite podcast? I have a couple. Obviously, one, The Athletic Stance, A Skier's Perspective, with yours truly, Scott Chrisman. Tim Ferriss Show is also up there. Back Pocket Podcast was just featured on that. The Powell Movement. All sorts of podcasts out there. What is your favorite podcast? Drop that in the comments. As always, I appreciate what you guys have to say. So if you have anything to say, drop it in the comments. Some of the best education is going to come from you guys, the Athletic Stance community. So don't hesitate to drop a comment. Tell me what you're thinking. As always, thank you for checking out this video. If you liked it, give it a subscribe, a thumbs up, and until next time, The Athletic Stance is bringing you the best tools for marketing, branding, and self-promotion for an athlete that wants to become an influencer or entrepreneur in the online space. Thank you so much for joining this community and using your voice for good.